Sydney Open, what to expect for SAU USD, which is silver. On daily time frame, I've been looking at the structure of silver. They have very similar characteristics with gold. So we like to look at the break of structure. That's the first thing we look at when we look at price. Then we try to find a psychological trend line. My definition of our psychological trend line is a trend line that have dual characteristics that function as supply and as demand. So what this means is if price is trading above the ascending trend line, it's on demand. Below the trend line is on supply. So it's a concept that we have backtested over time using so many assets, commodities, stocks to analyze them in a way that the result is very impressive. So we're going to look at SAG USD silver, Sydney Open, what to expect from Sydney Open. What are we going to expect when Sydney market opens? So we have here an ascending trend line. This ascending trend line will serve as a psychological trend line where we look at price above the line as on demand and below on supply. So in this case, let's see what happens here and see why we have sold off at certain price, $35. Silver rejected $35 zone, 34.961. Silver rejected it. 34.93 was the current all-time high for silver. So it's all about demand and supply. For every price, there need to be a willing buyer. So buyers and sellers negotiate price before transaction can go on. So we rejected this roof, which we are going to call our new supply roof. And in the future, if price comes here, I expect it to give us a trigger. So these are new supply roof, not necessarily triggering, but we expect some kind of price action at this level, and we will see it here react actively. So we have all these are all demand floor where we expect price upswing. So for every time price comes here, two touches are okay to make an ascending trend line. Two perfect touches are okay. If we have them interbroken, then we can also use them where resistance becomes support on break of structure and support becomes resistance also on break of structure. So this strategy is very orthodox and it's different from what they told you, very different from everything they told you about analyzing the market. And the next thing we're going to look at again is where else can we find break of structure? We have a support structure here. And let's see if we have price falling down. Where else can this guy come to? Let's see. Let's see where else can price. We need another demand floor. And our demand floor needs to allow the market to reset for every time there's an upswing. It is expected to allow price to adjust, reset properly, calibrate properly for you to get an accurate buy sell level. So here we have a support structure, resistance structure, break of resistance structure, retest, retest, break of a support structure, retest, break of a resistance structure, retest, break of a support structure, retest. So on technical, I expect price to return here. So we'll begin seeing a significant buy at a $29 barrel, $29 mark for silver. Oil is already in my head. I have oil in my head. So we should expect a significant sell at this level. Expect a sell at this level. So at this level, we'll be expecting a sell for silver SAG 39.15. 39.15. Another demand floor. This is a demand floor. So we need to see a strong buy position at this level. So I'm going to list it out where to buy silver. Buy silver at 29.150, 0.150. So this is a valid buy position. A valid buy position. It makes a decent sense. In the month of August low, we have price at 26K. If price returns here, I think we'll be good to go. Let's look if we have more confluence to that. Let's see if we can get more confluence to that by way of ascending trend line. The more confluence you have, the better the price action. So if we returns here on technical, we might have a double confluence, another ascending trend line acting as dynamic support. It's also a demand floor. This is also a demand floor, and I would like to change the color. So we'll be having the double confluence where we have another descending trend line meet an ascending trend line. So if they both need, it provides the impulse, it provides the liquidity for uptick. So I expect price to play back into the zone and move up. And on another technical note, since silver is very much bullish, we like to look at the price action from the roof. What has price done from the roof on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame from the roof, we have another supply roof structure where RS becomes SR on break of structure. So we have it as RS. RS is resistance becomes support on break of structure. So let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. So we have multiple resistance touches to this level. And finally, price broke out from the consolidation phase. And the next thing we begin to look at right now is where else can we find a potential buy sell from a top layer with minimal risk. At the roof, we have a buy position here. On technical, we have break and retest here. After price, break out from this supply roof from an RS level. A break of RS level makes price return to SR. That means price returns on support. So a breakout from a supply roof, price returns on demand for a test. So I expect price to return the weekly candle Sydney, maybe Asia, maybe New York, maybe London. Whoever that comes to 32.193 will be a buy. Mid risk. This is a mid risk zone. My analyses are 90% accurate. Go check my post. Mid risk buy position. Go check our post before time. Enough evidence are provided because all analyses are based on interpretation of structure. It's based on interpretation of structure. So the next mid-risk position for buy is going to be 32.424. 32 point 427. That's another buy position. That's another buy position for SAG. Mid-risk, that's mid-risk buy position. So this is what we see for silver on daily time frame. This price action is from February. From February to date, price action. Very lovely price action. Well calibrated. Well calibrated. And when you look at it from every perspective, you will see that the calibration is accurate. And we look out from the top to the bottom, we see where we broke out from a descending trend line and price retested. So we have a lot of So we'll look at it again from this dimension. Price coming down to retest a broken resistance structure. A return into this level will ultimately give us a confirmed buy position. So what this means is that if price is to return to this level to test the broken resistance structure in the form of descending trend line, if price comes down here, it coincides with our buy level in this zone, the zone of 29.150, maybe into 28.99. So let us factor this out, that if we are having a retest to this level, how far can it go? So if price returns to this level on retest, then we should expect price to give us a strong buy position here in the zone of 29,058, or we can say into 28 into 888. So the buy position which coincide with the descending trend line, that descending trend line is a breakout from a descending uh, supply roof. So if we are to tap into here, then we'll have to give it a zone into 28.889 will be for a buy based on the structure of the market. It is based on the structure of the market. So this is what we see, that we want price to play just like this. If this guy can break and come here, it's a confirmed buy. We have triple confluence at $29 level, 29.150 into 28.889. We have triple confluence. The triple confluence are all pointing at buy position. So at this level, it makes a decent sense to increase your lot size so you can make good money for yourself. So at this level, I expect price to come here. So silver looks like something that still want to come down to retest a broken descending trend line, acting as supply roof. So if price returns here, it will be a decent risk to reward ratio to go up, go long on return to this level. So this is what we see. Then on another dimension, I do like to add another support in the trend line form to see if we get any deviation. This is daily time frame. In the month of September, we had a support structure. The support structure created an upswing, and that upswing price came down and played again on another touch, giving us the mind to make a trend line. A return into this structure and being rejected forms another ascending trend line in the month of October. We have not invalidated this, so the ascending trend line holds actively. So what we need to see is if price can break out from here. If price doesn't break out from here, then we will expect price to dip liquidity, take some liquidity, take stop loss out, then move up. So what I expect on technical and in the usual fashion of metals, metals like liquidity. So price will dip into this place, come down to this floor, 32.427 into 3200. Price will dip itself here, then reject it on daily and move up. This is one case scenario. This is one case. So we are going to change our zone to accommodate weeks liquidity hunt. So we must accommodate it. So we have it in the zone of 32.00. So if price dips itself into this level, I expect uptick. There are buy potential at this level based on the integrity of the structure. So how do I gauge integrity of a structure? Is to see the role it play in the demand and supply of a price. I like to see the role it play. If it play a decent role, then we watch out for it and give it top priority. So at this level, I expect a buy trigger at this level where price will come in into the trap and give us what? That bullish impulse we crave for. So in this zone, SAG we dissect it using the structure, and I will tell you the market is very much bullish. So majority of our ideas are buy ideas in direction of the larger trend. We don't want to go against trend. I know the market will sell very well. It will sell, but we don't want to go against the trend of the market. It's risky to try to catch a falling knife. You need a lot of equity if you're ready to refund your account if you get it blown. But if you are trying to manage your account to blow it, go with the larger trend. Go with the larger trend. So this is what I see for SAGUSD, and I can say by far this is the most advanced structure that explains the structure of silver in a very sincere manner. So this is what we see for SAG, and I believe that silver will play into this structure. So on beginning of the market tomorrow, Saturday, Sydney opens the market. We're moving into Asian session. The session will get into London and London to New York. So what we see here is a price dip, open of the daily candle, try to pull down up to 32.00 level into 32.427. I expect a buy rally at that level. We expect price to pull back based on the structure. At that level, we have double confluence. An ascending trend line meet a descending trend line. So this makes it a high probability trade. So I'm going to change the color to black. I'm going to change the color to black. So I expect this price action to hold at this level. I expect it to hold. So this is how we estimate and gauge what happen next in the market. So I expect here to hold actively. So it is what it is. The structure of the market supersedes all forms of indicator as well as other candle formations you'll be looking at. So for here, we have price playing into the structure, just like we said. So let's see how next week goes. We'll come back to review it and see if we are accurate or not. But to be honest, market structure is well calibrated. It's well calibrated. So I've given you buy positions, and at the moment we have a buy bias. I like a retest into 29.150. It's going to be a very lovely buy position. We have triple confluence at that level, a descending trend line, an ascending trend line with a partly horizontal support structure. This horizontal support structure played series of demand and supply in price. So that makes it a psychological daily trend line. Such values, we don't ignore it. We use it to guide our bias, especially dealing with volatile, items like this, like gold and copper, silver, and the rest of them. These metals are something else. They are something else. So this is what we see for SAG, and we hope that it goes in our favor. So we are done for SAG, and let's see how price moves. And from the upside, I think we have another add-on from the previous high here in the month of May. And when we connect it here, we have a clean break and retest again, where prices are broken out from Friday and retested actively. So we can see it actively here. So let's change the color to blue and also notify you where the retest happened. You can see it. This is the roof. This is the break of a roof. Price came on retest. And because we have this on technical, price return to retest it. So this is what we see here, and it's just that way. So let's take this out and put it near here so that we can make our charts clean. So at this level, we have a clean break and retest where price come into the support structure, break of the support structure, price came on retest, and sellers have taken 33.10 into close of market at 32.415. So this structure is a double top structure. This double top structure, the neckline has been broken, indicating that more selling days are coming. But however, we cannot conclude that this is real double top until price breaks out from the demand floor. It needs to break out from the demand floor to return to a supply roof. So if price breaks out from the demand floor, return to supply roof, then we validate our analysis that the double top is real, then price can now pull down to this level at 29.150 into 28.889 as the next buy position.